So, welcome to the Trailerviewboys, and to be fair, we're just going to be talking today about films in general. It's been a while since we've just had a chat about films, man.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, I love doing these trailer critics. That's actually something we have a lot of fun with. Well, I do anyway, I don't bet you.
Yeah,
But,
I can't wait to see some more in the future, actually.
Well, it's weird now, because I'm watching trailers now, and the first thing I'm thinking isn't, I want to go watch that film. It's,
The critiqueness
I
of
want to
it.
critique this film
Yeah,
with Damien.
yeah,
It's a little weird now, like.
Yeah, yeah.
And then it's obviously I want to watch that film, but so yeah, it's nice to have that excitement. To be fair, but yeah, man, just want to have a talk like films in general, man. I mean, like just thinking like 2018.
2018.
I know we're nearly finished with 2019, but the thing is, we've got for anyone, you know, just wanted to know a quick
Well, the
teaser.
biggest film in 2018 was Infinity War, wasn't it?
Well, yeah,
That was the biggest one.
Obviously.
What else did we watch in 2018?
Well, I'm pretty sure Black Panther came out in 2018. Pretty sure it did.
I think you're right.
And,
yes,
and
I think
before
you are
Infinity
right.
War, that was a phenomenon. Like,
Yeah.
we can't even begin to talk about what happened in that film because
Yeah.
it smashed records for the opening film, just in general. I think it was like 1.something billion, 1.4. I want to say.
It's definitely up there with some of the originals like Iron Man who set the
it was
benchmark.
huge, man.
Yeah.
But
It's in the top 5, I reckon, of like the
openings.
Disney. So you'll have Endgame by now, Infinity War, and then
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was
Still within,
Black
still
Panther
way up there.
third.
Oh,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. No, I agree. But yeah, I don't have the tools or the facts or the knowledge to dive into it because that thing was just. I
Immense.
mean, like, dude, in America, they're like kids taking out of school time to go and watch this film because it was hailed that culturally relevant. So,
Yeah.
and it's like I can't begin to undress that. So I'm not gonna.
I can totally understand. And not to go into it because I don't have the full. I can't really talk too much about it. But
Dude, there's just a part of me that wishes I was still in school because I never remember being taken the fuck out of school to go and watch a film. Do you?
no, and it was,
Anything I remember was a big ass TV.
Yeah,
wheeled
wheeled
out.
in.
Yeah, literally wheeled, guys. Like, because we're talking like for anybody that's under the age
in
of
the
like
90s.
16 that might listen to this, we're talking about like TVs when that was big ass backs to them. We're talking about those TVs
And they had
that
like crystals inside them.
dude, yeah, it was mad. Like those type of TVs, like if they started to fuzz or the signal started to gloss, you'd go like, and then it would just fix it. Like, you know what I mean?
Smack
like,
it on
you'd
the
just
side of the
smack
telly.
the shit out of it, and it just worked. Like,
You'd do that now, and you'd totally would fly off the wall, or do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Smash
Oh
it.
mate, that's a sketch that Key and Peele need to do. That's what
Yeah.
that is. Like, just some granddad like, I'll sort it out. Poof, bang, like, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's the most we got as kids, man. And you got these kids being taken out of school to go into the cinema. But yeah, but again, that's what I'm saying. But 2019 is going to be a podcast in itself
Yeah.
because there's so many films that have come out this year that deserve
Oh yeah.
attention. But I just feel like we can't miss out too because 2008, I think that was like a big year for us watching films. Like we've seen some.
2018, 2019 has been a strong couple of years, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's because our age, but I feel like the last like 5 years, like, I feel like the teens has been a quality year for films.
We're
Like, 'cause
definitely
I
not
feel
missing
like-
out on cinema isn't dead yet.
No, definitely not. But it's just one of them where I feel like it was the 90s because they had some massive films, I mean, like The Matrix, just all sorts you could throw in there. Then I feel like the 2000s, like 2000 to 2010, was a bit of a dry spell, man. Like, I don't know if I feel like there's a lot of films that came out in those years that hit them, that missed the mark. Sorry.
Probably just not as memorable than the way the Marvel franchise has made it.
Well, Fantastic Four came out in those years. I'm pretty sure, in like the 2000s. They weren't anything special.
Well, let's have a quick browse, actually.
This is 18, yeah.
2018, so rightly so. Black Panther.
Top of the pile there, yeah.
A Star Is Born. Have you seen that yet?
You know what? That one that flew under the radar, and I'm told by everybody who's
Dude, it's a
seen
real
it,
tearjerker,
it
man.
is, yeah, and then it's so.
Even for
But
men.
I can't watch Bradley Cooper be that way with my future wife.
Dude, he's so handsome though. You'd want him to be a future husband as well. Honestly, such a
I'm
handsome guy
laughing
in this.
because you're not the only person that says that.
Here's
Go on.
one that went under the radar for me: The Incredibles 2.
Man, that's a bad boy film.
Oh, I missed that one.
Mate, that is such a good follow-up film.
Is it really?
Yeah, Straight up, that is like
They did well
that
with
is
it,
how
like-
you do sequels.
Oh,
Like
man,
when
we
you
just
know
need
like when something isn't a bit like how they did Blade Runner 2049.
Yes.
That
yes.
is basically
Good
it's like that. It's a perfect sequel. It's beautiful.
Okay. Mission Impossible Fallout. That was a good film.
Yeah, did I watch that?
I'm sure we went together to see that. Did we?
What was it about now? It's hard 'cause there's been so many.
If I remember correctly, Fallout.
Yes, we did. We did because it had Henry Cavill in it, and he was fantastic.
He
in
was.
It.
He was the
Like a double agent.
Double agent. Yeah.
Sort of
I
like.
really enjoyed his character in that.
Oh, he's fantastic.
Yeah.
Like I've got to give. See, the thing is,
Worth keeping the moustache for, that was, and ruining.
well,
Justice
the thing
League.
is, the thing is, dickhead. The thing is, I feel Henry Cavill's name got dragged through the dirt a little bit because of how mismanaged the DCU was.
Possibly.
Whereas when you watch him in films that aren't DCU films, he's a fantastic actor.
Yeah.
He just smashes it, and he's built like a brick shit.
He's looked after
Like, he
himself,
is.
man. Yeah.
And I think he does great films, and that he's definitely. I can't. I feel if it hadn't have been him in that role, it wouldn't have had the same feel about the film. So no, I agree.
Next film to think of from 2018 is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Fantastic,
Yeah,
absolutely brilliant.
they did that so well.
That was just, it was phenomenal. Like it
Improved.
took
Yeah.
it knocked me in my ass.
I didn't think it was good as it was going to be, because you think, oh, animation movie, Spider-Man, because of the live action ones that are currently ongoing,
Yeah,
and you think, oh, why would people want to see this? But
and yeah, go on.
it did so well. It smashed it.
Oh, it did. I mean, for me as well. I mean, I don't know. I think you agree, but for those who don't know, like cartoon. When we talk about animated films, DC has that shit on lock. Like Marvel
Yeah.
can't even touch DC animated
Exactly.
films. But that one just smashed it.
Yeah.
Because that was my worry going into it. My worry was like, yeah, I get it, but it's a Marvel animated film, and like I've never been entertained by him. I think Planet Hulk is the only MCU movie, animated movie,
Straight up agree.
that I've enjoyed.
Yeah, no disagreement.
But then this came out, and I was like, holy! Like even the style,
Yeah.
the style of it, the pop
And the
was it
music.
pop art sort of. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. No, it was the nailed
Really
that
good.
one, smashed out of the park. Definitely.
One I only saw recently, Mary Poppins. Mary Poppins Returns.
See,
Is this Emily Blunt?
it is. Yeah, she's someone
Future
else,
wife.
mate, yeah. Who's married to her now? It's the guy who's doing the Jack Ryan, that plays leading
Yeah.
Jack Ryan.
Oh, they're like a super couple, aren't they?
Mate, they are.
Anyway.
But you know what? I've never seen the original Mary Poppins.
I have,
know
but
of it.
it's long, long time.
But so I've never really felt the need to go and watch that one. So
It's
nah.
okay. If you've seen the original, then you'd want to watch it, type of thing. It ties
fair
in. Deadpool 2, how did we forget that?
Oh yeah, and that was good. I mean, there's a lot of people that say it weren't as good as the first. There's a lot of people that said they didn't enjoy it. And what I'd like to say to them is, you're missing the point of Deadpool.
Yeah.
The point of Deadpool is that it isn't the storyline; it's the way he dips out of the storyline to take the piss.
Yeah. Plus, the first one had such a
Well, it was the first time anything like that was ever
that's
done.
what I'm getting at.
You
It had
can't- you
such
can't
a good
capture that again.
response for the first time because, like I say, it hadn't been done before.
Mm.
The second one was always going to have a bit more, of
Well,
a.
yeah, because-
no, it's the same as what you
Well,
did
yeah,
the first
because
one.
you didn't expect it when you went in the cinema
No,
for
you
the
didn't.
first time, but in the second time you watched it, you were expecting it, so you couldn't be blown away the same way.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
again, people are missing the point of Deadpool. The point of Deadpool is never the bad guy, what's driving the story.
Yeah.
It's that Deadpool's just there to take the nick and,
Yeah,
and just
exactly.
take the piss. And Ryan Reynolds, born to play that role. I actually really enjoyed it. When people said they were disappointed, I was like, "You're an idiot. You're an idiot."
Yeah, it was a
But-
good film. Good
Yeah,
film all around.
Deadpool 2, definitely.
Ready Player One.
Oh, that one's a bit controversial for me.
Well, the only thing that really ties in for us that a lot of it was shot in Birmingham.
It's in Birmingham. Oh.
Birmingham. So
Which actually shocked me. You told me that.
yeah, I did. Yeah, I can't remember where that. I heard that it was on.
Like on Radio 1 or something.
Radio 1 or something,
Shout
yeah,
out
there
to
was some-
BBC Radio 1. Not that they need it.
Yeah, yeah. They're doing a lot better than we are.
Well, yeah, but they've got like nearly 100 years on us. Like, so,
Oh yeah, we'll catch up at some point. Yeah. I liked it. I like the concept of it. I did.
enjoyed
The storyline did drag out quite a little bit. It
I
just
enjoyed it.
had the
I
nice
just
tie-ins.
thought the main cast, the main character, was an arsehole. And hear me out on this, right? Because like, he's just so self-centered. Like, if you rewatch it and really focus on him,
Yeah.
Everything is about him, even to the point where his best mate, who's a girl, who he thinks is a guy, tells him, I didn't feel comfortable enough with you to tell you that I was a girl. He doesn't say, I'm sorry I made you feel that way, but I'm glad it's come out now because, the bond's still there, like there's no change. He says, I forgive you for lying to me. How fucked up is that? How fucked, I'm pardon my French, sorry, but that's a bit arsehole, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, your friend breaks down to you and says, like, I felt like because of how you are, I couldn't approach you with this topic, and you turn around and say, I forgive you.
Hey, that's just a testament to men in general.
You know what it's a testament to? It's a testament to how much people love pop culture that they didn't even pick up on that.
That's true.
Because, to be honest with you, why it's controversial is because I hate it because of that, but I love it because I get to see the Iron Giant kick ass, and I get to see a Gundam kick ass.
There's a few good parts in it.
The only thing it's missing is a Megazord.
Yeah, man, that would have been cool time.
Some Power Ranger stuff.
Power Ranger stuff, yeah.
But then again, I might have missed it because there's that much in it.
There's so much.
I might have missed it.
Another one, Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah, that was quality film.
I did like that. I think I expected more from it because of what we'd just seen in Infinity War.
I think it might have done better. I'll put this to you. How much better would it have been for Ant-Man and the Wasp to come out first? Same ending, so they dust away. Same ending. But then as an audience, you sat there going,
what's happened?
And then you watch Infinity War after that and you go, oh, like, you know what I mean? As if to say, like, that's what they were dusted, rather than Infinity War where people get dusted. Because then when you're watching this, you're waiting for it. When you watch Ant-Man and the Wasp, you're waiting for the dusting.
Only the hardcore fans probably would have figured out what that was.
That's
it would have possibly spoiled the ending for Infinity War, but I think everyone kind of knew what direction he was going in anyway, didn't they?
Well, Thanos had to win anyway.
Yeah. Here's another one actually. There's so many films from 2018, bro, that we
mate, quality. This one was talking about it. Quality.
Aquaman.
Yep.
And we were talking about this earlier in the car.
You.
Woo!
Aquaman. God damn. When did Aquaman become so cool, man? Like, dude, when?
Well, Jason Momoa. Come on.
Yeah, dude. Now that's a future husband. Like, if we're going to talk about going, like, turning, that's the guy who could turn me. Like, I'm sorry, but
yeah, men of men. But
that is the men of men.
The story, as you say, just had a solid start, middle, and end. There was no tie-ins for future films or future.
With Aquaman, it felt like, because of the lessons they'd learned with all the other products that they were handling at the time, it felt like they said to themselves, which I'm not sure, could be the case or not.
Yeah.
But it felt like they said, we just need to make a solid one film.
Yeah.
Because naturally you'll be able to see. This is the thing that I felt like they DCU. Just to quickly go off topic, I'll bring it back around. Don't worry. This is the thing I think DCU failed with. They were so focused on letting everybody know in their films there's going to be more to come, rather than just doing a film. It's like, well, of course there's going to be more to come.
Yeah.
There's Superman, there's The Flash, there's Aquaman. We know there's going to be... It doesn't matter that you leave it open for us to know more's coming.
Yeah.
Of course it is. Like, come on.
And
at this point, Marvel's been doing, like... At this point, Marvel was going through Age of Ultron. So, of course, we knew... Whereas it felt like when it come to doing Aquaman, they were like, you know what? Everyone knows we're going to do another DC film, and it's going to be intertied. So we'll just make this an Aquaman film. Won't tie anything else in. Won't might throw in a mention, but Aquaman.
Is it Black Manta?
Black Manta, yeah.
Well, obviously, he was in the film.
Yep.
And
spoiler
his
alert.
Survival at the his survival at the end
signaled a sort of
signaled a carry on of that villain.
That was enough.
But yeah, it wasn't like a random tie of just someone else at the end. He'd been in the film. You'd built
he was a part of the film,
some
bit of
resemblance to
backstory,
that character anyway.
And to be fair, you know what? To be fair, the bit of Harry becomes the Black Manta is sort of near or there. But I believe I believed the drive of the character. The bit where he becomes Black Manta is a bit sort of like, okay, I'll just accept it. But the drive for him, like the whole thing with his dad, and that Aquaman had the chance. And I like it because it's a bit of duality. Because Aquaman had the chance to not. If Aquaman had saved him, he would not have become Black Manta.
But you know what? You know what I really want to take away from that? A credit to DC on this one.
Yeah.
They used a villain in a movie. Okay, he wasn't the.
He was the B villain.
Right, but get this. What I really like about it, he didn't just get killed off. If you think about a lot of comic films, like I said, we have to use Marvel as an example. Every villain has an ending in that film.
And a
They're
bad
no
boy
longer
villain as well. Villains that are quality and they just kill them off. Like,
That's what I'm saying. True to even the Marvel comics and the DC comics, the villains always somehow survive and can come back for another story.
Yeah, it's true.
And I feel like they've done really well with this in Aquaman. Black Manta, he got beat up and done for, but he can come back another day and have another, there's another story.
So does the A villain, his brother.
Exactly.
Doesn't even kill his brother.
So they don't need to, Age of Ultron, for example, maybe they could have worked something where they didn't have to destroy him and he could have been used again later on in another phase, maybe.
This is what we
use villains.
We'll obviously talk about this when we do our main discussion about it, but this was a point for me because Age of Ultron suggests a long time, and I felt what they should have done when they moved into their second phase. So after they'd done the first Avengers, what I feel they should have done is started cherry dropping,
possibly
little bits where he already sort of exists.
Yeah,
and that. Because I felt it would have been a lot better if they'd have built him up just for coming to head with Age of Ultron, built him up a bit like they did Loki, not Loki, but built him up a bit like with the Tesseract. Because the Tesseract was the main drive for a lot of the first films, and I just feel like they didn't really do that with Age of Ultron. He went as quick as he came into it, whereas I'd have liked a 5-film thing where he wasn't really involved, but there were little background parts where he was in operation, and then he was discovered. Stuff, something like that. Like
Ultron could have been a character they kept
just in the background. Going on,
well, they just put him on the back burner for 5, and then let's think Phase 5 down the line when you've got the young Avengers. He could have been a villain for them.
Yeah,
do you get what I mean?
Or he couldn't have been. Or it could have happened, and they thought they killed him off. There wasn't, there's no definitive yes or no on it.
Yeah.
And then when, because obviously now the cast in the next 5 years are going to start handing the reins down.
Yeah, I get that.
He could have then come back as the major villain, better and improved and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that. So
Aquaman we went from
Aquaman,
there. Venom.
That's a quality film. I really enjoyed Venom.
Yeah. It left people wanting more, didn't it? Which is what you want in a film.
Definitely. And it's not, strictly speaking, because obviously it wasn't an MCU per se.
Yeah.
They were clever enough with the filming and with the interactions that it could be.
Yeah,
that you wouldn't even need to recast anything.
I think.
And Tom Hardy, anyone who doesn't think Tom Hardy is a good actor, he's just needs to shut up. I mean, all right, his accent might not be the best in the world, but you know what? I've never lived in Boston, so for as far as I was concerned, that was a Boston accent. So
I think for what it needed to capture and provide to the fans, it did well.
Oh, definitely.
For the first.
And the Venom looked awesome. It was a proper buff, meaty, muscly Venom. And when I found out that Tom Hardy did the voice of Venom, again I was
even
like,
better.
dude, no way. I was like, that's quality.
It made sense to do that, didn't it?
Well, yeah, but you just naturally assume that they've got some other guy doing that because you just how Hollywood works.
I don't actually think they'll tie in Tom Hardy's Venom to the current MCU.
Well,
I don't think they will.
There's always hope, man. Come on, you know what I mean? There's always hope.
I think
they distanced it enough that they could if they wanted to go down that route. I'm hoping.
Okay. Another interesting. I'll briefly just mention Game Night. I did see that. That was a brilliant comedy.
That was one of them I wanted to see and never got round to.
Farrell.
Was it good?
Yeah, well, so you need to watch that.
Yeah, man.
But Solo. Star Wars movie.
Can talk about it, mate. I've never seen it.
You've never seen it?
And from everything I've heard, because I'm a middle fan, okay? I'm not like die-hard Star Wars. I can see when they make bad films or bad decisions. But I'm a fan, enough of a fan to look over it. But everything, and I mean everything, from everything I was hearing,
it was a big disappointment for a lot of the Star Wars fans.
I'm talking about the die-hard fans that refuse to believe anything that comes out is bad.
Yeah.
No. So I don't need it. And to be honest with you, I thought it was cast poorly.
It's okay. The films. I just wouldn't. Yeah, maybe if you've got a free night or something, it's the last thing on that you've got to watch, and there's nothing else on.
You know what? As well, I'm not going to be funny. They advertised it really. Like if we had been around to do a critic review, then even the trailers didn't even get me excited.
So the last film, 2018, to talk about Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. Did you see that one?
No.
I did, and enjoyable.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, you would enjoy it.
I think my thing with the Jurassic things is they're very family friendly, so there doesn't. For me, I mean, don't get me wrong. I watched Jurassic World. Thought the casting was brilliant. Thought everything was great. I just didn't really feel like I'd got anything out of it after I'd watched it.
Oh, okay.
But great film.
Yeah, yeah.
So when the second one came out, I was just sort of like, I'm sure I'll get round to it.
It's pretty good.
For some reason, still haven't got round to it
Yeah,
yet.
it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, they told the story in pretty well, to be fair. So,
Oh, come on, out of 2018.
So
Then what's your top one?
top film from 2018. If I have a quick scroll through, I mean, I don't know why I'm
I would have
questioning
thought.
it. Really,
I was about to say, mate. I thought the first.
War.
Yeah, I was going to say. I thought that would be your first answer. To be honest with you, mate.
Infinity War all day long. It was the first time a movie had ever reached that peak of excitement. So for me, definitely Infinity War.
Yeah, I'm looking down the list, and there's another one I really wanted to go and watch as well. Black Klansman.
Yeah, there's films like that really.
And I really wanted to watch that because apparently it's, from what I've heard of it, it's hilarious because of how bad how bad the. Sorry guys, we don't want to be political in these things, but I'm afraid when talking about something like Black Klansman, we're going to be, because the racism's so blatant.
Yeah.
That's kind of what makes it hilarious. Not because racism is funny, but because you would never dream of living in a world like that,
possibly,
and speaking like that.
You look back on it and you laugh because you kind of laugh out of like
how ridiculous it is that people were that way.
Well, they were. Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. That they were that way.
Yeah, that's what you laugh at. You laugh at the fact that you go, I can't believe that's how people were back then. But not only that, it's based on a true story, and I really wanted to see that, and I just missed it. See, I want to say Infinity War because of the hype for that was incredible. But for me, it's got to be Aquaman. And not because it's a DC film or anything like that, but
it was a solid watch, man.
You know what it is for me? I'm just a solid fan of Jason Momoa. I just think he's a solid actor, and I've wanted him to break out in a big role.
This is peaked his career
and I
for a while
feel
now.
this. I don't think peaked.
Sorry, not peaked, but this is.
It's put him in a great
strengthened
position. Yeah, it's strengthened his repertoire.
He admitted on the Graham Norton show that doing Game of Thrones actually killed his career for a long time. Because believe it or not, people actually thought that he couldn't speak English because of speaking Dothraki, and they thought he was genuinely sort of that.
Just a foreign
character.
Foreign
So he killed his career for a long time.
Well, for me, if we're going to go through it, was because first time I saw him was Stargate Atlantis.
Yeah.
Now he had been in stuff prior before. I think it was Baywatch or some version of that.
Really?
Yeah, some version of that.
Okay.
Dude, he's so slim, it's ridiculous. Like, you wouldn't even recognise him. His jaw looks, because of how slim he is, his jaw looks even more chiselled than he does anyway. But for me, Stargate Atlantis, if anyone Stargate fans out there, he played a character called Ronan, and I've just been a fan of him since then. And like, to see him in this, because he's been in a few other films. I mean, he did what was it called now? It's Conan. He did the reboot of Conan that was supposed to be.
I didn't see that.
No. All right, calm down. That's me hitting the equipment there, guys. So it didn't go down very well because it was meant to be like a sort of film that lent into a TV series that he was going to star in, but it panned out.
Did Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, do a Conan film?
Not a Conan film, no.
Oh, he did Hercules, didn't he? No?
Yes.
Was it Hercules?
Yes, and I never watched it because, again, that was supposed to be.
Don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't rush to buy that one.
Yeah, but and then he did one with Sylvester Stallone as well.
Yeah. Was that Bullet to the Head?
Yes, I believe it was, which I never watched, but it was supposed to be quite good.
Awesome. Yeah, pretty good.
And then he did a few other small things, and then when I heard he landed Aquaman, I was like, fucking
all day long, all day.
Come on, son! And then he smashed it at the park. Both in Justice League. He's my favourite character in Justice League, believe it or not, and that's one with Batman in it, and I'm a Batman fanboy.
He was a solid character in it, man.
Favourite character in that, and then his solo film just smashed it at the park for me. So for me, it's Aquaman. I mean, obviously, the biggest film of 2018 for memory-wise will be Infinity War, because the hype for that was just ridiculous. But my favourite film ever, it's got to be Aquaman, because I'm just a massive fan of him.
Similar to Infinity War, Aquaman had you on the edge of your seat all the way through, thinking, what's going to happen next?
Yeah.
And it kept you going all the way.
And it's just amazing with all this de-aging technology that animating a beard underwater is still something we seem to struggle with. Like, we can take 20 years off you, but make a beard look like it's underwater seems to be our limit at the moment.
One of the best scenes out of that film was where he's riding the and I can't remember exactly what to call it, so I'm just going to go ahead and call it the Kraken.
That's pretty much what it is, really, isn't it?
He was riding the Kraken,
yeah, man.
and that scene was so awesome.
You know, I almost feel like, and again, we probably would have reviewed this if it had been about then, that bit, like, seeing him get his trident and get the armour.
Yeah.
I really wish they had put that in there. I just wish they didn't put that in the trailer. It would have been such a great moment to watch it in the cinema and be like, woo!
I think one of the best scenes for me, just visual-wise and actually to get the emotions going, was when him and what's her name?
Nope. Stop looking at me, mate.
They jump off the boat into the sea.
Get it up, man. I know you're on about Aquaman's. This is one of them. It's on about Aquaman's right-hand woman.
Yeah,
royal blood, red hair. Don't know who the actress is, but she's.
Yep.
She's.
Anyway,
stunning.
that scene where they dive into the water.
Oh god, the visual is incredible. Yeah,
and they the background
being
music and
just everything. Yeah, because even the bit where you're almost sort of panned out and you see the surface and the boat on the water, and you see them underwater being chased by the creatures.
Mira.
Oh god.
Mira. That was her name. So Aquaman and Mira they dive into the boat. You got the underwater creatures from the depth, and the horror theme that he gives that.
Because there is when you watch. See, this is why I really enjoy that film, because the tones in it carry really well. Because you get the adventure tone. You get the horrific remix of Africa, but with Pitbull. It's just not needed, but okay.
How did he even make that into that movie? I don't know.
So you get the adventure scene really well. It's almost like an homage to Indiana films. So and then you get like the horror and like
the horror of that scene.
Yeah, you get the horror. And it is a proper horror element.
The red.
And it is a proper horror moment. Like there's like the way they use the camera angles, the sound effects, everything, and it carried its tones really well.
Yeah.
Like it was great. Really good.
The fight scene in the water is all done really well, where he first challenges the crown.
Yes, because then you see a guy who's lived underwater his entire life.
Yeah.
When he starts using the three-dimensional nature of being underwater, Aquaman starts to lose. He starts to get on the back foot.
Yeah.
Which again is clever because, of course, you know what I mean. If you go toe to toe with someone who's never really fought underwater and you've trained in it, it was just really good. And I just thought, and please give me the actor's name who plays the villain in this. The main drive for it.
Yes. I'll get that for you now. And I agree. Solid choice. Right, so King Orm, played by Patrick Wilson.
Fantastic choice. He's nailed it.
Genuinely, as an actor, I do like some of the films that he plays in as well.
Oh yeah, to be fair,
I know we won't get into it now, but recently we watched Midway, and he played a brilliant character in that. Without getting into that.
Yeah, no, he did. He played
that film.
Yeah, and to be fair, I just feel that stuff like this has lent him into getting more of these lead roles. He's done well for him.
He does seem to have a very diverse
background. Yeah, he's a workhorse.
In what he's done so many different styles.
He's
really
a workhorse. In fact, I'm trying to think of something.
I think he has done some horror films actually that are quite popular.
Well, don't forget he played. Is it Night Owl?
Yes, he did.
Played Night Owl in a fantastic comic adaptation of Watchmen, which is one of my all-time favourite comic films. Yeah, that will be up there.
Agreed.
For me, that's up there with Infinity War and Endgame, because it is. If you want grit.
Was that one of Snyder's first films?
Zack Snyder, yeah. And it was just phenomenal.
Yeah,
and he made some clever choices, because in the comic book it was a big blue alien that smashed up New York and stuff like that. And Zack Snyder was like, it's not going to translate on film, so we'll pick something else. But if you're talking about grit, man, you want a gritty superhero film, go no further than Watchmen, man. It's fantastic. But yeah, that's it, guys, really, for now. I think that's been a nice talk about general films. Let us know in the comments if there's any 2018 hidden gems that we've missed, or if there's anything you thought we didn't give enough attention.
Say no more.
Fantastic.
See you on the next one.